All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to carry on with this Wessex playthrough. I've tweaked the audio a little bit. I'm still kind of figuring out OBS, so hopefully the audio won't step over me quite so much anymore. I noticed in the first video there were some times when the audio sort of overtook my voice, so hopefully that won't happen as much here this time. Oh yeah, it's picky about loading save games when you have like a bunch of mods and stuff. So we have to do it like the proper way instead of the continue way. So we are still playing as a Catholic king of Wessex. We're Anglo-Saxon. So you can see we've taken over a couple counties that are Welsh, even though we're Anglo-Saxon. We're going to kind of try to take over, make a kingdom of Wales. It looks like Mercia has expanded into Wales quite a bit, though. So we're definitely going to come into a showdown with them before too much longer. So let's load up our game here. I am going to really quick see, because it still sounds really loud in my headphones. So we're going to turn some of these sounds down. We'll just see if that makes it a little better. Yeah, let's see. Hopefully that makes it a little better. All right. So picking up where we left off, it's giving me this. I can shut the gates, but I don't see a need to. I guess there's a disease outbreak there, but we'll wait and see what happens. We've got some claim fabrication happening. We should have a spy master who is over studying technology in the Byzantine Empire. Now, one of the things I was looking at last time, kind of right when the game ended, was that I have this de jure claim in Oxford. So I could try to take Oxford. So de jure, de facto means like in fact. It's the way things are right now, the way it is. De jure is more like the way it should be. So I should be ruler over Oxford. But it's not the same as having a direct claim. So if I were to take over Oxford, then the Earl of Oxford would remain the Earl of Oxford. He would just serve me now instead of whoever Mercia is. It really wouldn't hurt him at all. It would hurt the King of Mercia. I can do it. The issue is, so I've got right now 1,319 soldiers. The King of Mercia, he's got almost 3,000 soldiers. So he's powerful. He's powerful. I don't want to go directly to war with him yet. It's better for me to keep expanding into these smaller areas, trying to gain as many soldiers as I can before I end up at war with him. So somebody had a daughter. Congratulations. I guess I'm on good terms with my sister. That's good. We've got more tech from Constantinople. So we'll check out our technology. Improved keeps. That's always one that you want to... Like I said in the last video, tech is really not a big deal in this game, especially in the early game. But there are a few. Military organization you want to get up because it makes your armies better. Improved keeps you want to get up. As we go along, I'll start working on my fort, like my keep. Right now, there's not much I need to do with it, but I will soon. And then legalism is one that you want to get up because it lets you change a lot of your laws to really centralize your realm and stuff like that to just to make things better, so that you can really change the dynamic of your realm. Also, like obligations, you can make it. I don't mess around with this very much at all, but you can make it so that people have to give you lots and lots and lots of soldiers and that sort of stuff. And you can really change how the council works. Right now, it's set up so that I am sort of a unilateral authority. I kind of like that. I suppose there are reasons, especially if you were playing a republic like Venice, where you might want to change this to more council power. For right now, I am keeping control. All right, so this epidemic has spread. What is it? It is camp fever. That sounds brutal. So we're going to go ahead and shut the gates again. We'll see what happens. Hopefully we don't have to eat another wife. But, you know, hey, sometimes you've just got to murder and eat someone. You know how it is. You know how it is. Yep, so my steward has secluded himself too. Whoops, I missed that. I guess it was telling me somebody died. All right, we need a new chancellor. Wow, he is a good chancellor. Now, this is a thing where Conclave, again, so Conclave, by rights, I should make this guy, Arwolf, the chancellor, because he's a powerful vassal. But as you can see, there's a vast difference in his ability versus his ability. So, like, he might be all entitled and he might hate me and stuff, but I don't care. I want a good chancellor. So I do Conclave wrong, I guess. I like having it on because Conclave also gives the ability to give like those childhood focuses and stuff like that. That's why I like having it, but I hate the like powerful vassal thing. I think it just overcomplicates the game. It's more realistic, right? In real life, you've got to play those sorts of political games with your vassals and whatnot. But I don't know. I think it overcomplicates things. So we're going to go with this guy because he's really good. And we're going to keep trying to claim Cornwall. And we're just going to let the time run here. Oh, my steward died. Let's get a new steward. Yeah, see, he's not really great. He's more of a military guy than a steward. But, I mean, I guess he's the best we got. And there are other military guys of equal value. And, like, he's a military guy, but he's also a coward. So, and he's very scholarly and bookish. But, like, how did you end up a soldier, dude? You're definitely an accountant. All right, so collect taxes. So you see, we're starting to generate a fair amount of money. So one thing we can look at, there are a few different things we can do here. We can look into building a hospital. We have the money, so we might as well build a hospital because it makes the diseases and stuff. Now, see, one of the mods that I play with is the improved keeps mod. You'll notice like a lot of this stuff, secret passages, wine cellar, that stuff's not in the base game. That's something that's in the mod. But the things you want to focus on, the castle town is a big deal. This one is as big as it can get right now because it needs walls. But the walls and the keep, these give you extra soldiers. They increase the amount of soldiers you have. So you always want to be like focusing on these. So even though this needs walls and the walls are cheaper, I'm going to go with the keep first because the levy size, the increase is so big that will really help me out in my desire to conquer stuff. You can also improve these, but you really don't need to. For the most part, like the Baron of Southampton is going to handle this stuff. You really don't need to worry about these. They'll kind of do it on their own. A fort, it's always worth building a fort. It just makes it harder to siege this province, but it really doesn't do anything beyond that. Oh, we've got some money, so we might as well spend it. Oh, I became friends with that guy. I have a twin. Holy crap. Okay, so I have a twin, and I have... Oh, that's right. Okay. I'm playing as the twin. Okay. I was thinking I forgot that I died last time. So, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so me and my twin are friends. That's good because he's my heir, and I should make him my marshal. Oh, no, my marshal's still better. But when this guy dies, I'll make my twin my marshal, and that's always good to have friends. And the Pope died. That's a shame. He was a good Pope. Do we still have two popes? Yep, we still have two popes. So Carloman is down here, I guess doing his best impression of Charlemagne. And he's pretty... Well, I mean, he sucks at stewardship. great at intrigue. I wonder, so there's an event. If you're playing, you can play as Carloman, and there's an event that lets you kill Charlemagne. I guess the computer must have taken that event. He's fat, socializer, cynical. He's fat. He's fat, lazy, and shy, but he's also a socializer. Like, this game is nuts. He's in hiding. He's uncrowned. Wow, he's having a rough go right now, and he's got a revolt happening. The free spirits are revolting. Well, best of luck to them all. I hope that everyone involved has a good time, at least. They don't really affect me. Navies and naval war are a thing that can happen within the context of CK2. You can make ships, and like if we go to our military here, we can have a navy and stuff like that. But I guess you don't really make ships. Making ships is more something you do in EU4. But you can raise a navy, but it's a very, very minor aspect of CK2 because it was a minor aspect of medieval warfare. It wasn't something that, like, the Middle Ages aren't known for massive navies, right? So let's make our peasants safe and productive. My wife is now known as the Feeble. Well, that's not good. I don't know why. She doesn't have any, like, really weak, bad traits. She's only 21 years old. Oh, well. Hopefully she gives me a child before she dies. But, yeah, so navies aren't really a thing in this. Stuart wants to talk about old tunnels. Yeah, let's finish education and diplomacy. Oh, cool. He's a gray eminence. Yeah, gray eminence. That makes sense. All right. So this is an interesting plot line. Okay, so basically, my steward has told me about how there are these tunnels in the under the castle, and he says that we should go check them out. Now, we have an option to seal them up. There's a good chance we'll gain the Craven trait. You don't want to do that. So you always want to, like, set an ambush. So the guards capture someone in the tunnels. Okay. Now you have an option here. This is, this lady, she's got some pretty decent stats. You need to kill this person. Okay. You have to execute her. If you don't, it starts this storyline where basically she ends up being death, and you end up in a chess game playing against death, and, like, it's crazy. It's very, very difficult to beat, and she's, like, going to kill your character. You could throw her in the dungeon, I guess, but I just always kill her. Like, you just always kill this person. Just do it. And just, So, again, this is another thing. So the game, you're playing as a medieval king, right? You have to keep that in mind. So it wants me to institute a law where saying that Jewish people have to wear the sort of clothing that is commanded in the Torah, but, making tassels on the four corners of their clothing and not mixing fibers and stuff like that. And this is to prevent Christians from confusing Jews with the general population. First off, why does that matter? Why does it matter? But the thing is that it does matter to the people of the time, right? And so even though morally right now today, right, we would say, no, that's ridiculous. The better option from the perspective of the king of Wessex is to agree and to force this rule. The Israelite opinion is going to drop. But they're a tiny minority, in Wessex, so I don't really have to worry about it. It's not this way I'm not angering the church. In fact, I'm going to gain 50 piety, which is a good thing. So one of the things this game does, and does really well, is presents these sort of moral issues, and you have to decide, right? And I always try to keep in mind that a king in Britannia in 793 is going to be anti-Semitic. He just is. So we're going to pass this law forcing the Jewish population to wear distinctive clothing as commanded in the Torah. And so we've finished the keep. So you'll notice now we have to build castle walls so that we can keep upgrading these. The castle walls are also going to give us a few more soldiers. So we'll collapse that. Let's see, what are we up to now? Yes, we're at, 1458. So we're still not really in a position to rival the King of Mercia. Now here's the thing. Again, this is where you can really have a lot of fun with this game. So look at that, he has a terrible intrigue score. His intrigue is 0. Mine is 8. My state intrigue, so the overall intrigue of my realm is 24. His is 15. His heir is a 9-year-old girl. If this guy dies, Mercia is going to suffer horrifically and going to be severely weakened. So we are going to plot to kill him. We have to kill this guy. We have to. So we're going to invite anyone who wants to be part of the plot to join. See, we've only got one guy. That's not enough. We want to get this over 100. So we're going to look through here, and it looks like, okay, so this guy is probably willing to join. So we are going to send him a gift, and then we're going to invite him to join. This guy, so he comes with a lot of plot power. We're going to send him a gift, and we're going to invite him to join. At 9%, that's not like, let's see if there's anybody. Wow, okay, so yeah, so these guys, okay. Yes, all of you money. All of you join the plot. Money. That's his wife. Oh, man. Dude, your wife's going to kill you. Like, literally. We're going to send all of these people money, invite them to plot. I don't care about that 9% guy. That's not enough to matter to me. So, they've all joined the plot. Look at this. So, we're now up to 165.7%. This dude is going to die. He is going to die. And then we're going to press that claim and we're going to take Oxford. Well, that sucks. Okay, so he knows there's a plot to kill him, which means he's probably going to go into hiding or something, which is going to make it more difficult to kill him. Well, he's leading troops, so maybe he'll die in battle anyway. Castle walls. Pope Sylvester has died. Go back here, let's see. So now we can upgrade. Let's upgrade the keep. Yeah, let's keep visiting the monastery. So West Francia has been unified by Carloman. Oh, my wife has recovered from giving birth. That's good. Let's see. Oh, my gates are still closed. Holy crap. Okay, we need to open the gates. Yeah. I forgot all about that. All right. We have a claim in Cornwall. So now we're going to go to war and we're going to send him, let's see, up here. Try to take that. All right. So he's got, see, 353 soldiers. We're going to steamroll him. We have no military leadership, but that's okay. Like I said in the last video, if you have more soldiers, you're probably going to win no matter what. Again, EU4, there is a lot of strategy and using the landscape and stuff like that, but EU4 is a different game, and it's a game covering a different era of history, right? The Middle Ages, these battles are mostly just brute force. They're, for the most part, guys with spears. The idea of like swords and warhammers and stuff are more fanciful than reality. For the most part, it's just guys with spears, and whichever army's bigger is going to win. All right, so we're gonna put a viper in the guy's bed and see if it kills him. Oh man, he survived. Still have a lot of plot power. So we're still going to kill this guy. It's just difficult. All right, so we're at 100% war score, so we're going to offer peace. We're going to enforce demands. And now we own Cornwall, so we can create the Duchy of Cornwall. So it's just going to give us more legitimacy. It's going to give us more soldiers in the end and that sort of stuff. So we can stand all these guys down now. We're going to try the snake thing again. All right. So the snake killed the guy. So now the realm is being run by this young lady who has 3,000 soldiers, which is still really powerful. She is at war. She's strong. She's 12. I think she needs to die. The world is, yeah, see, children are really easy to kill in this game. The world is just, it's just too cruel for children. So let's see what happens. She's at war. Let's see if, well, no, I mean, she still outnumbers me like 2 to 1. There, we killed a child. Yep, there she goes. That's all right. She's in heaven now. Now let's kill her. See, her heir is a boy, 13. What we're trying to do, the hope here is to get, holy crap, they hate him. The hope here is to weaken Mercia. So by doing all this killing, a few things can happen. One thing is that we can potentially get a weaker ruler. See, her army levies are less. His martial skill is much, much lower than hers. So, and he owns the Isle of Man up here, I guess. Well, he's part of the Isle of Man. This guy owns the Isle of Man. So the martial skill is less, and he's a boy. The other thing is so if you look, his name is Red here. He's not a dynastic heir of hers. So if he takes over, there's a chance that it will split the kingdom up. That's by killing. So she owns all of this that's in the flashing area. hopefully we can split some of that up, and that will weaken the whole area, and then we can take Oxford. There, so they killed her, so she's dead now. Still, I mean, the Mercia is still pretty big. So I guess we just got to do more murdering. Auto invite. Yeah, he didn't last long. All right, see, now we have knocked them down quite a bit to where we're almost competitive with them. Yeah, see, she's 0. So if we can kill her and get her in power, there's a good chance that we can start. That's not enough. Let's see. Do we have anybody who's got like... So we can still get over 100, but... Send gift. Invite to plot. You can do basically anything in this game if you have enough money. Invite to plot. I generally, so for the most part, only people who are like over 10 or 15% plot power do I invite. I don't really worry about like somebody with 4% plot power. If I have to, I will, but they're generally just not going to add much. Why would... Okay, so my wife has asked me if she can be my marshal. Okay. But like... My marshal's marshal score is 20, and her marshal score is 16. If her marshal score was like 25 or 30, then yeah, absolutely I would do that. But like, no. Okay, I'm sorry if you're mad at me, but I'm not replacing my better marshal with you. Like... I'm just not doing that. I had my brother teach me how to fight with a sword. Yes. Please gossip with the maids. Yeah, he's my brother. I'll pay him. Alright, so we have another claim. We need to kill this lady so that her infant daughter takes over. But first, let's expand. No, I am not dueling that dude. So I'll come back to those in a minute. All right, we're at 100 war score, so there we go. Hooray! I have taken more area. Stand all these guys down. See, now our levies are up to 1877. Sure. We can make that guy commander. What are her levies at? So her levies are at 2,000. So we could potentially win a war against her. I guess her daughter died because now she has an heir. But it still would be better. It would be better if we had an advantage in numbers. Why has nobody killed her yet? Please kill her. she didn't die. Where's my spy master idol? Go to Constantinople. I need to have a son. I mean, I guess I've got my brother. Is he married? Dude, you're getting old. We need to marry you to someone. She's a genius. She's gay, but she's a genius. It would be nice to have that genius trait, but oh, she's strong. She's got a club foot though. See, that's the problem is like you could get the good traits in your descendants, but you can also get the bad traits. She's sturdy, but chaste. I don't want chaste. Okay, she's lustful, but gay, and 27, and possessed by a demon. Okay, we're just gonna avoid that crazy train. Oh, let's see. Brawny. Yeah, she seems good. She's a courtier, but that's okay. Somebody please kill this lady. Oh, that's not good. So my wife saved me, but that sort of thing generally means that somebody's trying to kill me. I need to go on a diet. It's always hard. Like as a person, like I have the sort of body type that like gains weight driving past a billboard that has food on it. So it's always hard. Like I'm a pretty standard, like average body size now, but like it can be hard sometimes because food is really good, but like I can't. Like if I go to like a Zaxby's once, I'll gain like 3 pounds, and then I have to spend like 2 weeks losing that 3 pounds again. My father-in-law died. Such is life. All right. Let's see. So she's... What am I at militarily? I'm almost competitive with her. Oh, illegalism. See, there's also the vassal levies. I don't like to raise them because the vassals get mad. I like to do stuff as much as possible without raising vassal levies. Eventually, so retinues, you can eventually have like professional soldiers, but you have to get your tech up. Like right now, I could hire 387, but you'll notice it doesn't even give me the option to do it because like you have to be basically over 1,000 before you can actually start utilizing these. Retinues are great. Once you get to retinues, they're way better than just levied soldiers. But you have to get there. Oh, good, I have a son. Oh, apparently they're twins. I guess they do run in the family. Oh. Now I have to fire my marshal. Well, I guess I've got my brother, so... Oh, good. The Vikings are attacking. That's going to make life easy. All right, let's make my brother my marshal. It's going to see it dropped my total number of soldiers because my brother's not quite as good as the other guy. Going on a pilgrimage to the Holy Land. I'll go on a pilgrimage to the Holy Land. Just because. Hopefully I don't get kidnapped and sold into slavery or, die or something. Oh, let's see. You got high diplomacy. Let's teach you etiquette. You can become a court lady. Why is that pregnant lady so hard to kill? I guess she's not pregnant anymore. Cool, we've made it to Constantinople. It is a shame that the East and West drift apart. That is very true. That is very true. One of the great sadnesses of history. Dude, why is it this lady so hard to kill? Won't you be happier in heaven? We've reached Galilee. We got in a fight along the way. And we've made it to Jerusalem. All right, should I make my sister spy master? He's a 13. She's, yeah, so, yeah, I'll make my sister spy master. And of course, like every good spy master, we're going to ship her to Constantinople. Don't worry, I was just there. It's a nice place. You'll be fine. You totally won't be thrown into prison by the emperor. All right, so we've got another claim. I've learned so much. I guess we'll go with this one. So one thing I forgot, we'll talk about these prisoners and what can be done with them here in a minute. Prisoners are kind of a neat mechanic in the game. Oh, my daughter's sick. Come help her. Yeah, let's see what happens. That sucks. She's not good with money, but that's okay. All right, we're gonna enforce our demands here. Oh, we have Waldensians. So, okay, first off, we're going to stand them down. We now need our court chaplain to actually do something. Oh, I guess that we don't have Waldensians in our realm. Okay, that's good. If we did, he would have to actually like go preach to them and try to get them to be Catholic. You can like convert. We could become Waldensian, but it makes things difficult. Like if you're gonna do that, you have to really know what you're doing, because everyone around you is gonna hate you. Let's see. Let's go with thrift for her. All right. So I forget where it is again. It's been so long. Our plot power is below 100. All right. Let's pay this guy to join the plot. Court. There it is. I think. No, it's not court. I forget which screen. Prisoners. There we go. All right. So one thing we can do with prisoners is you can always try to ransom them. Now, their liege isn't always going to be willing to pay for them, but it's a way to get in. To get in a little bit of gold. You can also just like execute them, or you can release them from prison. I don't know. I usually hang on to them and see they're willing to pay 26 gold for him. Great, I'll ransom him. But then I guess you can only ransom one at a time. There. So they paid me a little bit of money to ransom this prisoner. Sometimes they'll bring offers to you to ransom prisoners. Oftentimes children, especially if they're heirs, they are more likely to be ransomed. So nobody cares about her. But they care about her. You know. So it's a way you can bring in a little bit of money here and there. Why won't this woman die? This woman, like, she needs to go. Her realm did split up a little bit, though, which gives us an opportunity if we can start pushing into here. I mean, she's got 4,200. Like, she needs to die. It would make life so much easier for me if she just died. Let's see. What is he? Yeah. All right, so we're going to declare war on him because we want this area here. Oh, my mother-in-law died. And the Pope died. Why is my... because there's a Waldensian uprising. Okay, so we finally killed that lady, but it looks like whoever inherited also owned this. So, all right. Sorry, homie. You gotta die. Okay, so we have a problem now, which is we have this Waldensian uprising. So there are way more of these people than there are of my soldiers. So we need to try to avoid a direct conflict. And we need to use the terrain as best as possible. So there is some strategy to this. It's not nearly as much as an EU4. But what just happened? My daughter got killed by a mob. That's terrible. Okay, so see the Waldensians, they captured my capital, and it looks like they've killed... Holy crap, they've killed, like, everybody. Okay, that sucks. I still have my son. That's what matters. Yeah, I still have my son and my wife. So that's okay. That's terrible, but it'll be okay. Man, we're just getting claim after claim here. So we need a new marshal. Oh yeah, so I guess they killed my brother. That sucks. Let's see if we can... Oh, cool, we won. I didn't expect to win that. Okay. Well, there, that's good. All right. So now we need to let the army recuperate a little bit. We have, like, we got hurt, but when we're at full levies, we should be in good shape to press our claim against this guy here. So we can found a new kingdom. We could, but I don't want to. I'd rather wait and be able to found the Kingdom of Wales. So you can found like a kingdom on your own, but I don't actually know. This is one of the many things where I don't quite understand the mechanics of the game well. It always feels to me like when you found your own kingdom, like it doesn't have as much power and prestige as if you found a historical kingdom. So I'd rather wait and keep claiming this land and be able to found the Kingdom of Wales. As opposed to, you know, like founding a kingdom of Wessex that maybe isn't as powerful. Oh, my chancellor died. I had him up here, but let's try to take more of the coastline. Man, this guy's, I don't know who he's at war with, but he is losing. Oh, wow, 3,000. Okay, so if we can get to full levies, we can... Okay, so we killed him. But now we've got new Waldensians. So one thing that you can do here, if you hold control, it won't raise levies here. See, if I just press this right now, there'll be some soldiers that are raised here, and they'll immediately be in battle, and they'll get crushed. So we're going to hold control, and we're going to raise armies everywhere else. There, we defeated the uprising. And now we can stand them down. And that's good. So we lost some soldiers in that battle, but not as much as we might have. So these are both Waldensian. That's Fraticelli. So we've got some heresies breaking out here, but that's all right. We'll be okay. Who's in charge here now? All right. So I'm going to take the opportunity now. I've actually got... So I have the de jure claim on Oxford, and I have one on Hoyce. But I also have a legit claim on this county that I'm not even going to try to pronounce. And I'd rather take that because it'll help me form the Kingdom of Wales. So he called somebody else into the war. That's okay. Okay, there's a new saint. That's good. Please, somebody get rid of these heresies, please. Oh, we lost. That's not good. All right. So I don't like doing it, but so I guess I can, and I'm gonna have to raise some vassal levies. I don't like doing that, but I have no choice here. So he is currently at war with the Saxons who are invading. So he's in a bad way now. Even though we're not at 100% war score, he might be willing to negotiate peace. No, not yet. Lost that fight. still won't surrender. There we go. All right. So now we can take that. Now, while that has been happening, we gained a claim down here. Now, what does he have? He has about 1,000 soldiers, so we want to wait a little bit. He lacks a focus. What is he good at? Marshal, so we're going to make him a fighter. He lacks a focus. We're going to make him a steward. Oh, good. Okay, so he has driven the Waldensians out of Dorset. Let's see if he can do the same in Winchester. We shouldn't have any more raised vassal levies. So, see, it's just they kind of get mad and their opinions drop. It's better to not keep vassal levies raised for too long. All right, so this guy doesn't like his conditions. I could throw him in the oubliette, which basically is a death sentence. Or I can have him owe me a favor. I'll let him go, and now he owes me a favor. Yeah, let's make him more charitable. Charitable's a good trait. See, now he owes me a favor. We can use that at some later date. Do I have a truce with them? No, I don't. Okay. All right, we're going to go for it. We're going to... Oh, I do have a truce. Until October. Okay. That's... So that, usually it says, like, in the diplomacy if there's a truce or something, but I guess it's the same. Oh, here it is. Yeah, so in mine it says. Okay. Oh, good. So I've got another claim anyway. So I can press both claims when that truce expires. I'll be able to press both claims at once. So my son wants to become a monk. No, you can't, because then I won't have an heir. So no, look, you can love the church and stuff, but you can't be a monk. All right. So now we can press all claims. We're going to declare war on this guy. Oh, so he ambushed some of my forces. But we managed to pull out a victory. Oh, good. Okay, so the heresy has been rooted out of Winchester. Now we need to drive the heresy out of here. So he's sieging provinces up here, which is fine. I'm not overly worried about it because I'm sieging the places where I have claims. So it's going to give me more war score than what he's getting. Just sieging these little places down here, or up here rather. Yeah. We're going to go with shrewd. Yeah, we want him to be ambitious. we've got enough prestige to... Okay, good. So we have no more heresy. There was a Jewish person that came into my realm. You always want to check whenever that sort of thing happens, because you can end up... Often Jewish characters are really, really good stewards. Sometimes spy masters, but often stewards. So you always want to check. There we go. So I've won the war now. So we fought one battle, and even though his army sieged all of this stuff, I won the war because I sieged. He had less land, first off, and so there's higher war score just in general. But because I sieged the areas that I was claiming, it gives me like a ticking war score. So the war score keeps going up no matter what. So even as he's sieging these places, he's really not doing anything to actually win the war. So now we can offer peace. We can enforce demands. And you see we've taken both of those places. Did we take all of them? Oh, I guess we took... Oh, I had 3 claims. That's cool. I didn't realize that. Okay, I just took over his entire kingdom. That's awesome. So we're going to stand these down. Now, we have become threatening. So this is where we want to kind of take a breather, right? We want to not go too much further right away, because we've taken over a lot and people are afraid of us. That's okay. But what we are going to do is we're going to create this duchy. And then we're going to finally create the Kingdom of Wales. So we are now a kingdom. We're going to organize a coronation ceremony. So we're going to, let's see, we're going to ask the Pope to come crown us. And so we are now... it says Wessex. We are, in theory, the Kingdom of Wales. Now, we haven't been crowned yet, so, you know, it's going to take... there, it switched to Wales. Okay, so this is one of those things. So the investiture controversy was this huge thing where kings and popes were fighting over who got to appoint bishops and other members of the clergy. Kings wanted control of the system because it would allow them to control the church. Basically, they would control church and state. The church did not want to be controlled like that, and so the church resisted. It was this huge, big fight. It carried on until the 1100s, when it was finally settled, and the papacy essentially becomes independent of secular rulers and so on. But in this case, yeah, I don't care if the Pope appoints bishops. Very well. I want an extravagant coronation ceremony. We're going to get myself crowned king. All these people are coming to see me get crowned. Do I need diplomacy? Oh, wow. My diplomacy is huge. So we're going to take the stewardship bonus. I can settle this matter. There. So now I have been crowned King of Wales by His Holiness the Pope. I'm going to try to groom an heir. And so you can see now, 3,700, we're now very powerful. We have a lot going for us. I'm sure there are probably, if anybody happens to watch this and you're from Wales, and you'll notice that the, capital of Wales is Winchester. I'm sorry. Please know that it's just a game. But I am now the Anglo-Saxon king of the Welsh. So we're just over an hour now. And so I'm going to stop for there. We have successfully become king of Wales. And in the next playthrough, my next goal is going to be to finish off conquering Wales and then start pushing more and more into Mercia. And we're going to ultimately try to become king of England, and then Scotland, and then Ireland, and see if we can form the British Empire. One thing about Crusader Kings 2 is there's not really a goal. You kind of decide what you want to do, and this is my first playthrough in years. It's been a long time since I played CK2, even though this remains one of my absolute favorite games of all time. And so we're going to set a fairly simple goal of just conquering the British Isles. We're going to see if we can unite Britannia once again, for the first time since the Romans were here. And then, maybe we'll either keep playing or maybe we'll move on to other things after that. But for now, I'm going to stop here, and I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope that... whoops, I just quit. Oh, well, something to learn. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video and found it, relaxing, some decent background noise or something. And I will see you all again next time.